This is Amud Yomi Gemara in Shabbos, Daf, Nun, Vav, Amud Aleph. We're holding on the very bottom of Nun Hey Amud Beis, the last line, Amar Rav Yonis Shmuel Bar Nachmani, Amar Rav Yonis on Kol HaOmer. Continuing the theme of those who one perceives as doing Aveiros and did or did not. We discussed Ruvain. Continues the Gemara on the top of the Nvav and Aleph. Kol HaOmer B'nei Shmuel Chatu. We discussed B'nei Eli. Says the Gemara, anyone who says the B'nei Shmuel were Chatu, Einay Ela Toya. Shenemar Vahi B'Derachav. Vahi Kizak and Shmuel Banav Lahalchu B'Derachav. Says the Gemara, they didn't go in Shmuel's way, but they didn't actually do Aveiros. Says the Gemara, so what do we do with the botza that says they went after his botza, monetary gain? They took bribery. Says the Gemara, this means they did not act like their father. Yisrael Shmuel Hatzadik, he himself would go and don people in their own cities. That Shmuel himself would circle all around and act as a dayan. He didn't make anyone come to him. He went to them. But the Bnei Shmuel, they did not do that. Rather, they sat in their own cities and they done there. Why? They did it for good reasons, to increase the money for their attendance and the seifrim. But that's what it means that they didn't do the ways of their father. Says the Gemara, but truth is, kitanai. Whether the Bnei Shmuel actually didn't have or not is machlekes hanayim, as the pasuk says. They wanted their own portion of the crops, that they would take the items from the balabatim. So there are opinions, proves the Gemara, that the Bnei Shmuel certainly did less than desirous acts with regard to money, not just that they didn't walk around like Shmuel, and rather they made people come to them for Dinei Torah. So machlekes tanayim, whether indeed the Bnei Shmuel did actually do an Aveira or not. Right, the two dots, 15 lines down. Anyone who says who David in Aveira is making a mistake. Shenemar David was successful and Hashem was with him. Could it be that David didn't have Aveira and you tell me the Shechina was with him? Says the Gemara, but what do we do with the pasuk when Nasan Hanavi tells David HaMelech, why have you despised the words of Hashem to do a hara? Says the Gemara, David HaMelech tried to do an Aveira with Bathsheba, but Lamaisa, he didn't actually do such. Amar Rab, Rabbi Dasimi David, Mahabech V'Darish B'Schus David. Rabbi, you came for David, Darish in the Schus of David. The pasuk says, Maduba Zisas Var Hashem La'asoi Sarah. Rabbi Aimer, you know what we see from this pasuk? Mishona Ra Zumi Kol Ra Shabbat Torah. This Ra that it says by David HaMelech is different than all the Ra'is in the Torah. 12 lines in the wide lines. The first one line is Ra'is. Shekol Ra'is Shabbat Torah Kseb Vayas. Vekan Kseb La'asois. Shabikish La'asois La'asos. So Rabbi Darshins, what does this mean? Didn't actually do the Aveira. He just sought after the Aveira, but Lamaisa he was not. He didn't actually do the Aveira. Continues the Gemara. Uriachiti Hikisa Bacharev. Then Nasan Navi again tells David another ra that he did, that he killed Uriachiti with his sword. Explains the Gemara. It sounds like Nasan Navi is telling David that you should have put Uriachiti and tried him in Sanhedrin, and you killed him on your own. You took Uriah's wife for yourself, for your wife. Sounds like David HaMelech is being over in a level of Zenos. Says really, the way to darish this is that you, David, were allowed to marry her after this story. Why was David HaMelech allowed to marry the wife of Uriachiti? Because they would have a particular practice when they went out to Melchama by David HaMelech, all the husbands would write their wives Gittin. Shenemar, V'zeres Charitzi Achol Va'ila, Tavi L'Zar Lava, V'zachicha Tivcha L'Shalom, V'zar Busam Tikach, My Arubasam, Tnei Rav Yisrael Devarim Am Rav Bein Elu Beina. They would write each other, they would write their wives Gittin in case they didn't come back from battle. So therefore, Uriah Chiti, because he didn't come back from battle, he already wrote his way to forget. So David HaMelech was allowed to marry her. Continues the Gemara, 2 lines from the wide lines. Nasan Anavi is telling David HaMelech, and he, Uriah, you killed B'charav b'nei Ammon with the sword of b'nei Ammon. From here, it seems that what is Nasan Anavi telling David HaMelech? Ma'charav b'nei Ammon yatanena shalav, just like Charav b'nei Ammon, you're not punished. Uriah chiti yatanena shalav. My time. Oh, why is David? Why are you not punished? Married b'malchus, because Uriah was married b'malchus. Because Uriah said, my master Yoav Adoni Yoav, and therefore Uriah was mechayiv misa because he was married b'malchus. Therefore David was allowed to kill him. Continues the Gemara. Amar Rav, says Rav in the second white line. Kim answered David l'machachus bei bar mid Uriah. When you look into the story of David, when you look into the life of David HaMelech, you don't find any Averais aside from that which happened with Uriah. D'chsev rak b'dvar Uriah hachiti. Abai Kshisha Rami Drava Drav. Abai Kshisha asked the steer and Rav. Miyam Rav Hachi. Do Rav really say what we just said? V'amar Rav Kibul David Lashon Hara. There's another Aveira. Says the Gemara Kasha. That is a good Kasha. So Gufa says the Gemara. Let's delve a little bit deeper to that which we just said in the 5th wide line from Rav. Rav Kibul David Lashon Hara. Tersev, where do we see this? The pasuk says, who said the king to Tzivia, where is he? Mephibosheth, Tziva Lamelech, Tziva responded, he is in the house of Mechir ben Amiel, in a place called Loi Davar. Uksev, and the pasuk continues and says, that the king David HaMelech sends Mechir ben Amiel, and he took Mephibosheth in the house of Mechir ben Amiel, Maloi Davar. Mechti Chazi de Shakaru, says the Gemara. David saw that Tzivia was lying about Mephibosheth. So when then Tzivia continues and says Rechilas about Mephibosheth, why did David HaMelech accept it? Tersev, as we see in the pasuk that says Yomer HaMelech va'yi ben Adonecha, and the king asked to Tzivia, and where is the Ben Adonech, the son of your master? Yomer Tziva El HaMelech. What did Tziva respond? In the Yeshiv Yerushalayim. So why did David HaMelech accept this if he already saw that Tziva was not telling the truth? How do you know David HaMelech accepted it, says the Gemara? That the king gave to Tziva everything that was of Mephibosheth, and then Tziva thanked David. So clearly David accepted the report from Tziva. Shmuel Amar like you David Lashon Hara. Says Shmuel, no, I argue in this whole din of Rav. David HaMelech did not accept Lashon Hara. Dvarim and Ikarim Chazubei. Why? Because why did he give away the whole estate of Mephibosheth to Tziva? Because he saw in Mephibosheth, he saw that things that he did seemed to concur with that which Tziva said. Tachsev, as a pasuk teaches, Mephibosheth ben Shaul Yar Likras HaMelech, he went down to greet the king. He did not dress properly. He didn't get a haircut. So David HaMelech saw Mephibosheth a level of merida, a level of the fact that he was going against the king. Continues the psukim that when Mephibosheth came to Yerushalayim, Nikras HaMelech, v'yirmer HaMelech, lo m'lo elachti Mephibosheth. Why did you not go with me, Mephibosheth? V'yirmer Adoni. What does Mephibosheth respond? Avdi rimani ki yomer avdech achva shaliach hamar ve'erkav aleha ve'iliches HaMelech. My king, my slave, has deceived me. Why? Because he said, I'll bring you a donkey. And it didn't happen. Ki fiseach, as we turn over to Nevavim Beis, avdecha, why? Because your servant is lame. And he, Tziva, told you about what I did. And you, the king, David HaMelech, is like a Melech Hashem, and do whatever is good. So what does the king respond? What does David HaMelech say? We're on the Nevavim Beis. Why are you still talking? Amarti Atav Tziva Techalka, so that you and Tziva should divide the field. Mephibosheth says, let Tziva take everything. since you, David HaMelech, is returning Shalom to his house. Amar Loim, if Mephibosheth is responding to David, and Yamarti mostly David b'Shalom. I said, when's the king going to return in peace? I was hoping for a day that there'll be Shalom, and this is how you treat me, says Mephibosheth to David HaMelech. My complaint is not against you, Ella. And the one that brought you back into peace. So what do we see? We see that Mephibosheth is complaining against David HaMelech. He's complaining at some level against the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Hainu dersev. That is the meaning of the passage that says, Ben Yonisam Riv Baal. Son of Yonisam was Miriv Baal, Chimir Baal Shemai. Is that really his name? Well, Mephibosheth Shemai. Why are we calling him Miriv Baal? Elmitai Sha'asa Meriva in Bailov. Who's Bailov? Hashem. Therefore, Yasa Baskal Barmaloi Natsa. Bar Natsa Baskal goes out and says, you fighting person, Natsa Odamaran. Bar Natsa said, you have a shal out of ear. Ambali Viarev Banochal. Amarav Mani al Iske. Nachal. So we see from here that Mephibosheth was clearly rebelling, and that's the reason why David HaMelech took away his land, gave it to Tziva. Not only is he rebelling against David, he's also rebelling against the Kadosh Baruch Hu. We'll pick up from here and we'll conclude this story. B'siyata Dishmaya.